Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Jake, and this is
Neverland Navigation Radio.
where we rank the sit down table service restaurant options at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
Exciting.
exciting. This isn't our favorite place for sit down dining, but there are some good options.
Oh, Morgan, there's plenty of great places to eat at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Just because we run into some quick service follies at the park from
Well,
time to time.
There's some sit down follies too.
And we will get into the sit down follies as the name of the presentation tonight.
Yeah. Before we start, we just wanted to request that if you're watching the visual version, that you like and subscribe.
Yeah, we're on the YouTube channel Neverland Navigation Co. Just in case you're on a listening platform and are curious what we look like when we're talking about our favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you're on an audio platform, if you just feel like listening, then hey, you can join the conversation too. But we would love it if you would subscribe to the show so that you can see when new episodes come out. And if you feel like leaving us a review, letting us know that you enjoyed the show, learned something new about Magic Kingdom dining, any of the above, then we would love it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
If you're taking a trip in the future, and you want to get a free gift from one of my 2 Etsy shops. I have one Etsy shop that does posters and one Etsy shop that does like t-shirts.
Mhm.
All you have to do is email me at neverlandnavigationco@gmail.com or check out the website at neverlandnavigation.co. And I'm a travel agent that's free to you. I get paid by wherever you're traveling. If you want a lot of help, I can do everything and book your dining reservations and everything. And if you want no help, you know what you're doing, and you just want me to put my name on as your travel agent, we can do that too. And either way, you get the free gift from one of my Etsy stores.
And it's not, the pear-scented candle that your grandma gave you at the last wedding you were at. This is this is a nice, high-quality Disney gift from one of the Etsy shops that have from the Neverland Navigation Etsy shop, and they're nice, high-quality t-shirts. And did you say free and Disney in the same sentence?
I sure did.
Where you get that anymore?
I know, and you're going to want vacation shirts anyway.
So. Right, might as well.
Yeah.
All right. That'll be enough of that. Let's get right into the meat of the conversation.
Oh, the meat.
And yeah, kind of a vague dining reference there. And they've got meat here. It's the Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Hey, we are ranking these from worst to best.
So we sounded a little more excited than we probably should have.
So if you're a big Crystal Palace fan, I am sorry to disappoint you, but it does come in last for us. Just because somebody's got to end up in this.
No, I think this is fair.
All right.
We have tried and failed with this multiple times. Every time I leave thinking, dang, that was too much money for that quality of food.
Right. Unfortunately, the problem is quality. But just so you know what this is a buffet off of Main Street in Magic Kingdom. So it's got a great, fabulous location. And the venue itself is, I think, beautiful. The write-up for it on the Disney website is you can dine in Victorian splendor in this greenhouse-inspired Crystal Palace, idyllically set on Main Street, USA. Join Winnie the Pooh and friends for a whimsical, all-you-can-care-to-enjoy character buffet, breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
So best part to me is the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 characters that walk around and you get to meet, because that's very cute.
They are very cute.
I love those characters.
Who doesn't love Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
An American darling.
Yeah.
He's from the UK, isn't he?
Yes.
A British darling.
Yeah. Anyway, the problem is the food. Now, I will say we have not done this for breakfast. I have done this for breakfast in the past.
Let's do a breakfast here sometime, just so we get a modern review.
All right.
Morgan rolls her eyes every time I make her go to the Crystal Palace.
Oh, well, I'm like, am I giving them more of my money, really?
Yep.
But yeah, we haven't done breakfast. For me, it's been a long, long time since I've done breakfast. I remember it being mediocre.
Yep.
That's what the dinner was, mediocre. I think the best thing I had was peel and eat shrimp, and for $60 a person. I don't know if I should be peeling my own shrimp. I don't know that should be the best thing.
Right. That
You know what I
shouldn't be the
mean?
all-star,
Yeah.
perhaps, yeah.
Do you have a list of some food options that they offer here?
Oh, I
I just
absolutely
remember it
do.
being mediocre. We've tried so many times too, you guys. It's not like this was a one-off.
Now, before we get into, I'm assuming you're talking about dinner.
Yes.
Before we get into that, the pricing for a dinner buffet is $61 per adult plus tax and gratuity, and $40 per child ages 3 to 9 plus tax and gratuity. So it's also a pretty penny to eat here.
Yeah.
Not one of
How's the
the.
breakfast pricing?
Ooh, let's take a look, shall we? The breakfast pricing for Crystal Palace is $48 per adult plus tax and gratuity.
You tell me when you're going to want to spend 50 something dollars on breakfast and then I'll book it. But we've got to do the new 1900 Park Fair first.
Sure.
Which is just
priorities.
a hop, skip, and a jump away from Magic Kingdom, to be fair.
True, it's on the monorail loop.
Yep.
$30 per child here as well if we're talking about breakfast. Hey, that's actually a lot for breakfast, but it is a character breakfast, so
Yeah.
$50 though. Woo. All right, let's talk about some of the food they have on offer for the dinner portion here. Seasonal salads and pasta, country fried chicken with black pepper gravy, mashed potatoes, fresh seasonal vegetables, carved prime rib, assorted desserts, and shrimp creole.
All right.
When we had dinner here, I remember these being on the prime rib and the country fried steak being the.
Do you? I thought they had ham. But yeah.
Oh, you
I
know
believe
what?
it.
Maybe ham was part of the. I definitely remember the country fried chicken because it was very, very like crackly, crispy. The coating of it. I remember. Maybe the prime rib was something different, but
No, you could be right. I don't know.
it's been a minute, yeah.
And well, it's not just that. It's that it was so mediocre to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I was
Not
thinking.
a memorable meal.
Yeah. Well, the most memorable part was thinking afterwards, dang, that wasn't worth that amount of money.
It's
Or
true.
our interaction with the characters was maybe memorable, but none of the food was memorable. Not really in a bad way either, just a not good way.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it was kind of like a standard buffet dinner food, and you are paying more than standard buffet dinner pricing. And the character interaction is good. We did have good character
Yeah.
interaction stuff going on, but we do, hope for a higher quality of Disney food. So we're hoping this menu gets some sprucing up at some point in the near future.
Yeah, we're hopeful.
And that's why it's toward the bottom of the list. But we don't have to dwell on it for too long, because right across Main Street, there is a similar level of mediocrity going on at the Plaza Restaurant. Hate to say it like that, but it's kind of true. I actually thought this restaurant's location was kind of charming and was hoping it was going to be like a sleeper, hidden gem kind of situation.
We were hoping we'd be able to see fireworks from this location.
No, those were our own misguided expectations, because Disney World firework viewing in restaurants, like, we could write a book. It's its own beast of whether or not you get to see the fireworks or not. Which you wouldn't think. You would think that, like, if there was a restaurant and it had windows facing the fireworks venue at fireworks time, bam, baby, you've sealed the deal. You got the reservation. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Not always the case.
Yeah. And this was a kind of epic fail in that matter.
We
just totally missed the fireworks because of this restaurant.
Because it turns out, hot tip, we should talk about it while we're here.
Yeah, we should talk about it.
Is that if you're in the restaurant, you can't see the fireworks at all, because everyone who's in the restaurant and people who are outside of the restaurant all line up directly in front of the restaurant windows to view the fireworks. So all you're looking at is
the back
tourists' backs, the backs of their children on top of them, and oh, that's a cute Loungefly backpack. Where did you get that?
Yeah.
So if you're looking for those things, then you get a lovely lineup of that. But unfortunately, fireworks are not part of the, the view.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. We even had a window side
We
table.
thought we were golden.
Oh, we thought we were golden.
We were not golden.
We were not. We were just wasting our money on some more mediocre food.
Yeah, talk about the food, would you?
Yeah. I'm looking at the menu now to see if it's changed since we went there last year. It's not. It's a pretty standard. The plaza it's supposed to be like a bit historical. There's also a plaza in restaurant in Disneyland with some of this like classic comfort Walt's favorites types of food.
Like what?
I will say
Chili?
At Crystal Palace also they had a few things with signs on it that said like Walt's favorite, which is fine if it's done right, but it wasn't done right, and it had been sitting there, and it was cold buffet style, so it just wasn't good.
Maybe in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, that was like top tier.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps.
Are you asking if they have chili? No,
No,
they
I'm
don't.
just
Oh,
joking.
you know that
'Cause
that was one of his favorite things.
well, yes, I'm just joking because anytime anyone says Walt's favorite anything, my mind immediately goes to chili because I feel like I see a lot of Walt's favorite chili all over
Yeah,
Walt Disney World.
yeah,
You know. Okay, but I would be delighted just to hear about some of the things they have on the menu.
yeah. Okay, and I'm maybe it's changed a bit. You know, they're always doing this, but anyway, there's
Yes.
onion rings with horseradish dipping sauce. There's a soup, salad, or loaded fries. I think we tried loaded fries.
We did.
Yeah, and they were just okay,
They were not good.
which is weird because how do you not?
Well, the
I-
French fries themselves are not the best. They're like
Yeah.
that very like thin, bendy,
Oh yeah.
not super well
Yeah.
crisp, not very flavorful, bottom of the barrel French fry
Yeah,
tier,
right.
fast food style French fry. So unfortunately, that doesn't quite fit the bill for what we
Right.
were. Now, what are we talking about for money here?
Oh, so the appetizers are like 10. They're all 10 except for the loaded fries were 15.
Okay, so fine on
So
appetizers.
yeah, like price wise for being located where it's located on Main Street, this is a lower option, especially when you're considering that your other option on Main Street, kind of, is the Crystal Palace, and you're looking at
Or
60
Tony's.
or Tony's other side. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I should say Castle side or whatever, but
Sure,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Are we talking like 20s and 30s for the entrees?
entrees are mid 20s, mid to low 20s. So there's sandwiches: Chipotle barbecue pork sandwich, shrimp Louis salad,
Mhm.
crispy chicken sandwich, chef salad, chicken Waldorf salad,
Yes.
pot roast stack, bacon cheeseburger, impossible chili burger. There's your chili.
Hey, Walt's favorite.
Triple decker turkey club sandwich. The food was just mediocre. That's what I'm saying. It was sandwiches, it was salads, it was burgers.
Yeah, I think I got a very, very boring chicken sandwich here.
Yeah. Then they've got shakes, which are around $8.
Okay,
Um,
honestly, not terrible.
Yeah. And then desserts are kind of basic. Like there's a chocolate cake, there's a banana split, there's a restaurant sundae, cotton candy cheesecake. I don't remember being there when we were there, but
Yeah, that might be new.
Yeah.
Hey, I would like to come back here just to get a banana split. You know?
okay.
You know? Does
Yeah.
that sound good?
Sure.
We can't see the fireworks, but it'll be okay.
Well, we could also get a banana split next door, right?
Oh, the Plaza Ice Cream Shop?
Yeah.
Not near firework time. I won't set foot near it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's stressful in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody is jammed into this tiny, loud venue.
You're right. It is. Yeah. It
Not my
tight.
fave.
Yeah.
Although honestly, sometimes the Plaza restaurant can be kind of busy.
Yeah.
So
And cramped.
Right.
Agreed.
okay, so that's how that earned its spot there. Very,
Yeah.
very reasonable. I would say. I will say though, it does have a great location. So I think I would love for this to be turned into, some type of situation where the menu is updated a little bit, or maybe they really lean into the Walt aesthetic of it and really theme it after, Walt Disney and it could be Marceline, Missouri themed and have um, menu items that he enjoyed in his youth. That would be wonderful. With obviously, I'm hoping better ingredients, perhaps.
Yeah.
There's a million different ways thematically the restaurant could be improved, but also the quality of the food.
I'm even down for them to do like Walt's favorites, which would be like kind of 50s classics,
Yes.
like fried chicken, stuff that we had actually at like the 50s Primetime Cafe over in Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
If it's done right. You know what I mean?
Yes, or maybe even, an elevated, slightly modernized twist on those things. Lovely.
Yes,
Lovely.
yes.
So, it just goes to show you that maybe even though the menu might not sound the most inspiring, there are ways that it can be done well. I just think that this deeply needs a refresh and some help of some kind. But fear not, because, as we move up this list, we get kind of, some more decent options.
We're getting better. These two, for me, are ones that, like, I don't want to go back to unless Jake drags me back there for some reason.
For science, for reviews,
science.
not because I want to go.
Yeah, we might. I could understand why we want to go back to Crystal Palace for breakfast. I don't think I'm trying it again for dinner unless I see that they've done something, to revamp it.
Or they put new
Plaza, I'm just
characters or
really
something.
bored by that menu.
Yeah, I also think the inside of the space is kind of drab.
Boring.
I think they need to
Yeah.
fix it up in there.
Right.
Make it Mary
I
Poppins
just,
themed.
yeah, you've got the 50s Primetime Cafe, which is essentially the same basic theme, but done so much better.
Yeah, and the food is hot and good.
Yeah, and flavorful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
No,
moving on.
and then that's not even like the most amazing food on property. It's just done better,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
than the
agreed.
plaza. So I get it. The next one on our list is Liberty Tree Tavern. Now, this may be closer to the top for some people. Some people really enjoy this. We just have personal preferences for some different restaurants, but I would say this is the first of our kind of more solid
Moderate.
offerings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the realm of something that we could understand desiring a reservation here.
Yeah, actually, can I jump in here real quick?
Please.
So, Liberty Tree Tavern and Diamond Horseshoe Review
Yes.
are, I lumped them together, but if I had to split them, the Diamond Horseshoe would be lower on the list
Okay.
for theming reasons.
Understand.
And you can go into that a little bit about how it was the show or whatever. But food wise, these two restaurants are identical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're I'm sure serving from the same kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say.
Good to know. So if you can't get the reservation at one and all you care about is the food,
yeah, you could just jump to the other one.
you could.
If you like the food and don't know which to pick, Liberty Tree is the better themed option.
Yes, it definitely fits more into the story of Liberty Square, which is
Yes.
unique to Magic Kingdom. So it kind of at least is more of a one-of-a-kind type situation than the shell of its former self that the Diamond Horseshoe restaurant has become.
Yeah.
Liberty Tree Tavern pays tributes to our founding fathers as you dine at this stately colonial-style inn serving traditional New England-inspired fare. So there's a lot of wood going on. Some might say that it looks like you're like maybe in Hamilton, if that's a more like contemporary reference.
That is something that I said.
Yes, that is something that Morgan said that I wholeheartedly agree with. It definitely feels colonial in there as well. Do you want to talk about the menu a bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So now, if you haven't been in a while, they used to have an a la carte lunch option, but they don't anymore. Now, yeah, that was it was better because you could go in and get a more reasonably priced plate of like pot roast and sides.
Right.
Now it's all you care to eat, family style.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunch and dinner. Lunch is $42 a person. So is dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then children are 23.
Right.
So
no characters here.
No characters, which is why it's 42 and not 60 something like at Crystal Palace, but the food is better.
Yes.
Okay. And this is still classic comfort American food, just like the Crystal Palace kind of is trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it better. If you love classic comfort American food, then this might be a great place for you. You start off with a salad. I feel like it was with ranch. It says our house-made dressing. So mixed greens, apples, cranberries, cheese tossed with our house-made dressing. I also could be thinking of what it was before they changed it because there have been some changes over the years.
Sure.
Then the family style platter has turkey, pot roast, oven roasted pork with mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, herb stuffing, and house-made macaroni and cheese. Thanksgiving. I was just about to say that. This is like, if you want Thanksgiving, this is the place to go.
Yep.
If you're there on Thanksgiving, holy cow, this is where you should be.
The reservations are going to be impossible.
Yeah.
Good luck.
House-made gravy comes with it, and then your dessert is going to be an ooey gooey toffee cake, which is pretty good.
Yeah, people say that this is like the signature of this restaurant, the ooey gooey toffee cake. People
Funny.
tend to enjoy that.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving themed food is a staple for some people. They really enjoy it. I will say this seems like a lot of very heavy food for an all you care to enjoy type situation. I don't know how many orders of pot roast and mashed potatoes I can handle, you know?
That's
kind of funny.
Yes, it's right, because on Thanksgiving you want to go take a nap afterwards. Yeah, I get that.
I have to do
it's
what?
Heavy.
A theme park?
Yeah, well,
whoa.
Yeah, it might be better for a dinner at the end of your day as opposed to a lunch, but they do serve lunch just like this, so yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. I would like to also mention that they do have a plant-based option, and that is an Impossible meatloaf instead of everything else, and that comes with mashed potatoes, mushroom gravy, and vegetables. I have gone to this restaurant with somebody who was vegetarian, and she said that Impossible meatloaf was just okay.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's some valuable information for you. Cool that there's a plant-based menu here, though. That is good
Unfortunate
info.
that it's not great.
Unfortunate that it's not great. I would agree.
Yeah.
On the other side of the same coin of the Liberty Tree Tavern is the Diamond Horseshoe. As Morgan mentioned previously, the menu is the same. It's the same idea here, probably serving out of the same kitchen. The interiors are different.
It's funny that they even bothered naming them differently.
Well, they
Diamond
used to be very
Horseshoe
different.
Salad. Yeah.
They used to be different
I can't wait for you to
attractions.
tell me about this. Because
Well,
I didn't go.
Gotcha. The Diamond Horseshoe right now is, although this is technically considered to also be in Liberty Square, it's a little bit more, in my opinion, frontiersy.
Frontierland. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Mosey inside. First of all, it begins with the word Mosey.
For real.
So we're already.
And saloon is in one of the menu descriptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mosey inside this Old West music hall to feast on all you care to enjoy holiday-inspired dinner your whole family will love. So yeah, Thanksgiving again. This one, though, I will say, this is a very sad restaurant to me because there used to be signature entertainment here in the 70s and 80s called the Diamond Horseshoe Review, which is based on the Golden Horseshoe Review that went down at Disneyland at their equivalent of this restaurant. And by the accounts that I've read on the internet, people say that it was some of the best entertainment in all of Walt Disney World. They really enjoyed the show, and it was the main draw for people to want to eat here, and provided a similar feel to maybe like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, where it's like a lighthearted review of classic American entertainment along with classic American dining, which is like a no-brainer in my opinion. The show was updated to be a goofy dance review, which was kind of like a more character-focused version of the show. But ever since I think about 2009, there has been no entertainment in the Diamond Horseshoe. Sorry, they're similarly named on both coasts. There's no entertainment here anymore, although the entire venue is themed to be a music hall where you go and watch
still a stage,
a review, and there is still a stage, but there is no entertainment, no character meet and greet. They just chose to do absolutely nothing.
And then serve the same food as another restaurant. So
yes, so this is like a left behind space that they're just kind of putting people in to eat.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Kind of leaves a bad taste.
I know.
To be honest, it kind of feels rough and neglected.
Yeah, it's shocking, really.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I would put the Diamond Horseshoe actually lower than the Liberty Tree, because at least they're serving a complete thought with the aesthetic and the food and the decoration, and everything is kind of the same vibe, whereas at the Golden Horseshoe, it feels like it's missing some of its pieces, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you're right. It's sad.
Yes. But hey, we don't have to dwell on that sad thought anymore because we're too busy walking back to Main Street.
Yeah. Yeah, our next one is Tony's Town Square, which is a Lady and the Tramp themed restaurant. So amazing. I'm glad that they did that. I wish they did that with all of the Disney movies. You know what I mean?
Yes. Especially the ones that have a restaurant.
Exactly. Like, why would you not? So Tony's Town Square, we've tried a couple of times, I feel like.
I think twice, yeah.
Yeah. And both times it was good, but not amazing. I will say, if you can get this booked during a parade, and you sit outside, yes, you're golden.
Wonderful.
You're like sitting on the parade route eating spaghetti or whatever.
Really nice. And it's got like the outdoor patio-esque dining situation that they have there. There is indoor and outdoor seating. The indoor feels very kind of classic Italian restaurant. Is that a fountain or a topiary of the characters?
No, it's either a statue or a fountain.
Oh, that's right, a statue, I think is right. It's like a statue of Lady and the Tramp, and they've got like false windows in there that overlook the streets of...
Don't know.
The city that they are in. And it's kind of a nice vibe. It's very cool. I'm like, well, Bella Notte. What, like, that's Italian.
Right? But that's because it's an Italian restaurant.
Right, I think they're in France, aren't they?
I don't know.
Hey, it turns out we don't actually even know. But that's fine. I actually think the interior of the restaurant is cool.
I'm not going to guess.
I've not gotten to eat there. On the inside. And I would like to try that at some point. But the outside I really enjoy because it really lets you take in the atmosphere of Main Street.
Yeah, right. And so, like, if you are trying to get a reservation during parade time, you're going to need to book it at least 30 minutes before the parade,
Yep.
maybe even 45 or an hour. And you're going to have to get there and ask to be seated outside. And that might mean you have to wait longer. But if you do score one
And
of
they
those
might say
tables,
no.
and they might say no.
And if they say no, I'm telling you right now, you are not allowed to be angry at the cast members.
Right.
And I'm telling you so on the podcast. So.
Yeah. Right. They only have what they have. And anybody that gets there and gets that table is going to be camping out until the parade happens.
Right.
So
it's competitive.
Yes.
Get your game on.
It's a little bit of luck too.
It definitely is luck.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I actually despise about this restaurant? Is that it's an Italian restaurant that does not bring you bread.
I know. That feels so cheap to me.
They have garlic bread that you can buy for the table. It is $15, and in my opinion, it's $13. And in my opinion, that's not cool.
Yeah, I totally agree.
There's something about that I don't like.
Well, yeah, it's an Italian restaurant. I agree. I don't like it either. I think it feels cheap, and this isn't a cheap restaurant. So, like, if we're spending $30, $35 on an entree, I just don't see what the harm is in a couple of bread.
I will also say that $13 garlic bread is actually not even that great. So it's just further kind of insult to injury. It's just why it's not higher up on the... One of the reasons why it's not higher up on the list is, unfortunately, food quality.
Right.
Is an issue we ran into.
Yeah, I think we also got the fried mozzarella, which, I mean, sounds like...
Big mozzarella stick.
Yeah. And it's $15.
That's a lot for a big mozzarella stick.
Yep.
And it was pretty greasy. But it was delicious. But, that's because fried mozzarella is always going to be delicious, pretty much.
Yeah. Some of their options for meals, and we're looking at ranging from, I think the lowest one is 24 up until the highest being 33. And you've got spaghetti and meatballs, which, of course, is probably what everybody gets because of the... the movie. Mm-hmm. But there's shrimp scampi, chicken parmesan. I think we got chicken parmesan. Mm-hmm. Rigatoni alla vodka. There's spaghetti with impossible meatballs, fettuccine alfredo, braised beef short rib, and tortellini al forno.
Yep.
And like I said, it was good. It just wasn't like great.
Yes.
There are better Italian restaurants on Disney property.
Mama Rose. Mm-hmm. Gotta say her name. Yeah. We love her. I will say, I do love, there's some details about this restaurant that are cool, like the pavement footprints they have out front, if you know about that. Yeah. It's just like paw prints of Lady and the Tramp and the pavement in front of the restaurant where they park the strollers. So the little touches like that and the statues that we were talking about, that kind of stuff I do think is cool, but the quality of the food is where it lands solidly at. This restaurant is just okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's where it's at. All right, let's move on to the upper quadrant of our list here.
Absolutely.
We're getting into heavy hitter territory.
Yeah, now we're into what I would actually be really recommending to clients if they can.
To book reservations.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Or
do you want me to?
No, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to...
I'm glad you're doing this.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, do it.
I don't... Off the top of my head, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for dining with us tonight. And now we proudly present your dinner. It's Be Our Guest.
It's Be Our Guest.
Yeah. Hey, talk about a huge step up.
Yes.
In quality. Have we ever had such a huge immediate step up on our list?
I don't know.
This is
this is big. This is a definite recommendation I make to my clients between this one, Be Our Guest, and then the next one, which to me these are a tie. Do you have a preference between these two?
Well, I haven't eaten at the other immersive fairy tale dining experience at the Magic Kingdom in many years.
Okay.
So it actually, I don't think I'm the one to ask on this particular thing, but I do think they're like a similar vibe.
They are, yes, exactly. So both of these restaurants, and I'm just going to go ahead and spoiler it.
Sure.
Is Cinderella's Royal Table. These are both highly immersive dining experiences that I think the ambiance is almost more important than the food.
Gotta agree, yeah.
Yeah. So this one, the unfortunate, I guess, part about this one is that the only character at Be Our Guest is the Beast, and he doesn't do tableside as of right now. I don't know if that is even slated to change, but He doesn't do table visits. He just comes out and kind of waves. And
Like a parade.
yeah, and we just wish Belle was there,
Yep.
or you know,
It doesn't.
I get that it'd be harder for the other characters because they're small or whatever.
No, you wheel them around on a tray table. We've
Yeah.
seen them do it before.
Wait, you don't want human-sized Chip walking around?
Human again. Yes, we're human again.
Like there's a huge Chip in the Beauty and the Beast stage show in
Uh-huh.
MGM. We could have that guy.
Kind of scary. Kind of scary.
Just joking.
Yeah, no, that would be bad. But
Yeah.
I would like, it would be cool if they like wheeled around a dessert cart with macarons and the gray stuff and Lumiere was on it.
Talking?
Yeah.
Like
or
a little animatronic?
like they do.
Yeah.
They have the capability.
Yeah.
Or you know what they should have? Mrs. Potts tea service.
Oh
and there
my
I
God.
said it, where you
Oh
can
my
order
God.
tea and it's a tea cart and it's got Mrs. Potts and Chip on it.
Oh, so cute. That would be amazing.
That would be
Unfortunately,
incredible.
all
This
they
is pretend.
have, all
Yeah.
they have is the Beast, and it's not as amazing of an interaction as you're going to get at Cinderella's, where there are multiple princesses and they come around to your table.
Yes, and so for that reason, I do. Even though you mentioned that they're at a similar level on your list, I think you might have. I think this is actually the ranking that I would bestow
Okay.
upon them, is maybe to have Cinderella table be a little bit
I think that
higher up.
I think that the ambiance at Be Our Guest is better because it looks like you've walked into the movie and it's jaw dropping.
Yeah, so you look like you're in a castle, but you're not actually in a castle.
Yeah,
Whereas
right.
the next
Well, yeah,
one,
exactly.
it
And the
looks like
next
you're in
one,
a castle.
because you are.
Because you are.
Yeah, and what an iconic location that one is.
I know, right? Hard to beat that.
Hard to beat, like you're looking over Main Street.
You're in the icon of Walt Disney World.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of cool.
Both of these are expensive. Be
Yep.
Our Guest is $70 per adult and $41 per child. And Cinderella for dinner is $84 per adult and $49 per child. And Cinderella's Royal Table is a prepaid dinner. So if this
Yes.
is something you want to book, you've got to pay for it when you book it.
For the best.
Yes, but you can get refunded if you have to cancel for some reason, as long as it's within range. So I don't stress about that.
But also don't be willy-nilly
yes,
with it either.
yes,
Because they are serious about, if it's, what is it? If they refuse your cancellation, then you have to pay, you don't get refunded for that.
yeah. You can't just no call, no show with this situation.
Don't mess around with that either.
Yeah. Be Our Guest, we really, really enjoyed the dinner food there.
Yes.
Cinderella's Royal Table, I have recent experience with their breakfast, which was absolutely phenomenal.
And that's what I want to do.
Yeah. I don't have recent experience with their dinner, so I can't speak to that.
Sure.
But since the breakfast was so good, I've got really good vibes.
Yes.
And both of these, like I said at the beginning, the ambiance is so immersive and amazing and jaw-dropping that's really a big part of what you're paying for here.
Yeah, and Be Our Guest also has something really cool going for it, which is that it's got different rooms that you can experience. So
Yes.
your experience might be different from visit to visit.
Do
Which
you think they're equal?
I don't think they're equal because there's one room that is lame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what the theming of it really is, to be honest with
Oh my God,
you.
I know.
One room, the main room,
The main room.
which is the only one I've ever been sat in, actually, is incredible because it is ripped right from the movie. You are in the grand ballroom where Belle and the Beast do their dance to the titular song of the film. And it's like the ultimate like royal dining immersive kind of feeling, storybook feeling, because there are floor to ceiling digital windows that simulate.
But they don't look digital. I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's very immersive.
Yeah.
And it's lightly snowing outside these digital windows.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The chandelier is there.
Yeah.
It is surreal to feel like you just walked inside of an animated movie.
Yeah, you feel like you're on the set of a ride. You know?
Yes.
It's that same level of detail and everything. And I'm just looking at a picture. I'm looking at a picture of it now on the Disney website, and it just is bringing all the feelings back of being in that beautiful, beautiful room.
And then the West Wing room is immersive and amazing in a different way.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of like, it reminds me more of like a novelty themed restaurant experience, almost similar to like boy, I don't want to say these things in the same breath. Rainforest Cafe,
Oh,
where it's like a highly themed um, environment where every now and then something happens, and that is the end of the comparison because the food is obviously much better and et
right,
cetera, et cetera, et
right,
cetera.
right.
But every now and then there are some special effects that bring the room to life in a fun way. Or illuminate the room in a fun way, and I really enjoy that about the West Wing portion of this because every now and then it gives you something to be like entertained by in a cool way.
Oh, you don't want to say.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for the people who don't know.
All right.
There's some special effects. It's
There are
cool.
special effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you would want. It's, you know what I mean?
It's like from the movie.
It's from the
cool.
movie. And then the third room
Is lame.
Yeah, it's just got like
It's a library.
it would be cool in its own if we didn't know that these other like if the bar wasn't the grand ballroom in the West Wing.
Yes.
Like but yeah,
this is an original
it's not
concept
a library.
room.
Yeah.
It should be a library.
I know, it should be the library.
With the big ladder
all
that walks.
all the
Hold
books.
up, we just cracked the code. But it's not that.
But it's not.
It's just a separate room where there's a statue.
And then really large paintings from scenes of the movie.
Right, the painting room. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not like
The
you're not in the movie anymore.
Right, you're
So,
like
room 1
the
and room
greatest
2.
hits of the movie.
Yeah, in room 1 and room 2 you're in the movie, and then this other room you're not. So maybe you can. Do you think people can request to not be in that room if they're willing to wait longer?
I think it'll depend on the cast member. I think it'll depend on availability. I think it'll depend on whether or not you want to wait for it. But
I'm just telling you, I would ask, and I would be understanding if they said no. But I would say, hey, I'm willing to wait for either the ballroom or the West Wing.
yes.
The
Rose Gallery gets swept up in the story of Belle and Beast's romance with artwork of their favorite memories, including larger-than-life figures of Belle and Beast dancing. Okay, so what I am to infer from this description is that this room was
an afterthought?
decorated, well, in real life, yes, was decorated after the events of the film and is something that Beast and the Belle that Beast and Belle put in the castle to like commemorate their love story, which is like a cute idea, but it doesn't really feel like that in the room. So like, I don't know. I would agree with you that if I were being sat in the Rose Gallery, I might think about saying, "Is there any chance?"
No.
It's totally okay if not.
Yeah, but I
Is there
wouldn't
any
wait
chance?
until you're being sat to ask.
Oh, no,
I
yeah,
would
sorry,
ask.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. If you're already being sat there, don't do that
It's
to the
too late.
host.
It's
yeah,
too late.
They've already like marked you off as this is your table. Ask when you're checking in.
Yes.
If it's important to you, and tell them you're willing to wait longer.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to be okay with it if they can't, because sometimes they can't. They're dealing with thousands and thousands of people a day.
Yes, and although you are very special and you have your
you're
own
very
magic,
special to us.
Yes, you need to not ruin this for everyone else.
Yeah, right. So for me, I would check in and ask, but I would be okay if they said no. But I think that they probably wouldn't.
Probably not. This is Disney after all. They're trying to make it magical for you. And let's talk about some of the food, because that is really what other than the enchanting ambiance, you want the food to be good as well.
If you can stop looking around enough to eat your food.
Yes.
Well, it is very expensive food.
It is very expensive. Like we said, $70 per adult per dinner. And so
and this is a prix, not a family style or a buffet.
Yes.
So you have to pick one from an appetizer list, an entree list, and then not dessert. Dessert, they're just going to bring you a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and you can pick from appetizers from French onion soup, mixed green salads, tuna tartare, escargot de bouillon, or a sweet corn bisque.
Yeah. I got the escargot.
I was going to say, didn't you get escargot?
Yeah, I love escargot.
How did you like that?
I liked it.
Somebody in our group got French onion soup. I think they enjoyed it as well.
Yes.
I believe I got the...
We always kind of get a little bit of everything and pass it around. I remember trying the French onion soup. It was fine.
Yeah, it was just fine. I actually think that's also what I may have gotten. I
thought you got a salad.
Maybe I did get the salad.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't remember, so it couldn't have been that great. Let's talk about the entrees. You can choose from a seared pork tenderloin, short rib beef bourguignon. I'm going to keep saying it like that. Trout amandine, perhaps. A pan-roasted squash, a grilled filet mignon, or a roasted poulet rouge chicken, which is just chicken and like a wine sauce, right?
Yeah, mustard
A
sauce.
red wine. Oh yeah, red wine and a mustard sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, good options. I remember this time. I believe I got the short rib
Beef bourguignon.
bourguignon.
I think most of us got that.
Yes.
Because at that time they said it was not on the menu, it was a special.
Yes.
And it sounds like it went so well that they put it on the menu, which is fantastic because it was phenomenal.
Yeah, smoked bacon, potatoes, and a red wine jus, and it was really flavorful, like moist. Sorry, I know people hate that word, but that's what it was. And
Me, I hate that word.
Everything, like the flavor palette of it was so
oh my god,
beautiful.
It was I am like salivating right now thinking about it. And before that, the time before that I had tried this restaurant, I got the filet mignon because like you're paying $70.
Might as well.
Yes. And I know some people in our party that time that you and I tried it got the filet mignon also, and it's very good. But I will say the star of the show was the beef bourguignon, the short rib beef bourguignon. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Now I would like to go back and try something else. Actually,
what would you try?
I would try this chicken.
You would not get chicken for $70.
Yeah, you're right.
Just joking. Get what you want.
No, but like
when you say it that way,
budget wise, that is true. Like I wouldn't think to get chicken for $70, but like because I want to try other things.
Yeah, it might be the best chicken you've ever had. I couldn't get chicken for $70.
I know, I agree with you, but because we are going back and it would be our second, third, whatever visit, and because we want to reliably report that the entire menu is whatever. Right. These are the things that make me want to spend $70 on chicken.
Yeah, their plant-based option sounds good too. Although again, you're talking about vegetables and bread for $70, but it does have eggplant, black garlic, puree, grilled sourdough, and olive tapenade, and it's pan roasted squash. Mm-hmm. So, at least everything that they're doing is French, and they're using really quality ingredients. Right. Everything's really good. I loved the dessert trio. Do you remember if you loved the dessert trio?
Oh, of course I love the dessert trio. Oh my gosh.
They're just bringing out to you a plate that's got 3 different kind of smaller sized desserts.
Lovely.
Yes.
A sampling.
One of them is a chocolate tart, another is a dark chocolate truffle, and another is a lemon jam macaroon. I know I'm saying that wrong, even though it's like my favorite dessert.
And you get some of the gray stuff that comes with this, right?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the gray stuff on?
I don't think they do maybe it's on there. Maybe it's on the chocolate tart.
Yeah.
I don't remember now that you mention it.
I thought so.
Back when Be Our Guest used to be a partial quick serve, they always had the gray stuff cupcake.
But you could get the gray. Oh,
yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Now I think it's just on one of these.
You're right.
You're
right.
Sure.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Anyway, it is delicious. I do like the gray stuff. Isn't it a cookies and cream type of situation?
It is. It's a cookies and cream mousse, but it comes out gray. So
yeah.
And if you want that, you can still get a gray stuff cupcake at Gaston's Tavern, and it is really good.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, I have something either out or coming out on Instagram about it because I tried it last time I was in Magic Kingdom and took a video. Love the frosting to cupcake ratio on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like double frosting to cupcake.
Well, when the frosting is that good and it's not just like a birthday cake kind of frosting.
Yes, and it's the show. You know what I mean? That's what you're there for.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's not overly sweet like some birthday cake frostings.
Indeed.
But anyway, so the food at Be Our Guest for us was absolutely phenomenal. Now, it's crazy expensive. You do have to take in consideration that this is the ambiance. But I'm glad that they've added some top tier food to Magic Kingdom because not Cinderella's Royal Table, but this and then our number 1 pick, our newer restaurants.
Yeah.
And Cinderella's Royal Table, the menu has been revamped in recent years to make it top tier food.
Right.
Before that, Magic Kingdom had kind of a bad reputation for having like the 2 things on the bottom of our list. That was kind of what you thought of when you think of Magic Kingdom food.
Yes, and I think that's also
poorly done classic comfort food.
Mm-hmm. And because their quick serve just in general is kind of on the rockier side of theme park dining options, I think overall just the impression that it left with some of these sit down restaurants as a combination, just made for like an unfortunate kind of
Right.
situation. But there are a couple of options that we're getting into here that I think, yeah, you're right. They
Yes.
kind of redeem the reputation. We're starting to creep back up from
Yes.
from that reputation. So should we get into Cinderella Royal Table? You think
Yeah,
Cinderella's Royal Table?
I wouldn't mind talking about the breakfast that I experienced not too
Yeah.
long ago, and then if you want to talk about just the options for dinner.
Sure.
So the breakfast is $69 per adult and $42 per child, and it is the kind of the same situation as Be Our Guest and as Topolino's,
Mhm.
where you're picking an entree off of a list, so prefix kind of situation.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to bring you out pastries. They just come with. They're very good. They're not like pastries that you would get. Sometimes if I go to like a breakfast buffet at Disney World or anywhere,
Mhm.
the pastries are cold and seem like they were made
At Costco.
in a factory. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is not that case. They were very good.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Just like Topolino's.
Yeah.
Topolino's is our favorite breakfast.
Very fresh.
Yes, and everything, including the pastries that they bring out in the beginning, are very good.
Yeah.
For the entrees, you choose one of 7 things. There's a traditional breakfast. There's a shrimp and grits. There's beef tenderloin and egg. There's a banana stuffed French toast, grilled steak and egg, and a baked quiche. Oh, and a plant-based option.
This would definitely be one of those things where I'm hoping everyone's ordering different stuff, and I'm hoping to try different things.
Yes, and I went with my family for this, and a lot of us did order different things, and I was able to try a bunch of stuff.
Like, someone please order this French toast.
Yes,
that
oh my gosh.
sounds delicious.
And this was very good. It's got and it tells you it's got a sweet cream cheese and banana inside of it, so it's different than the Kona Cafe French toast,
right? Which is very like
cult following. Yeah. This is different but very good. I got the baked quiche, which has goat cheese, spinach, and mushroom.
And how was that? Because I was looking at it.
Amazing.
Ooh!
Like the best quiche I've ever had.
Whoa!
The pie crust was buttery and flaky, and the goat cheese gave it like a nice tartness.
Wow, am I getting hungry?
Oh my gosh. I was mind blown because my previous experience, and this is like from the 90s, I'm talking about when I went as a child, going to Cinderella's Royal Table was like an amazing treat, but just for the ambiance. The food was like just fine. This was like I was so impressed and surprised that I was getting such an amazing tasting meal.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh my God, I'm in the castle. Oh my gosh, there's Cinderella. Oh my gosh, this food is amazing too. Seriously?
There we go.
Yeah, amazing. The only downside is the excessive cost.
Yes, because it is such a novelty experience, they can get away with charging quite a bit for the dinner. And
breakfast is $69 a person. That's for breakfast. That's crazy.
That is a lot.
But you're in the castle.
Yeah, you're in the castle.
I would say this is probably for most people like a special occasion, maybe once in a lifetime type situation.
Yeah.
Not
a regular...
Hey, what do you want to do this weekend?
Yeah, maybe we'll go for
if you can, then
a wedding anniversary or a birthday or a big birthday, maybe like a birthday that
ends in a zero.
Yeah, maybe one of those. Sounds like fun. The $84 dinner that you can get comes with a choice of one appetizer from Soup of the Day, a castle salad, a braised beef, or a chilled jumbo shrimp.
Singular shrimp? It doesn't say, but there's no S.
It does sound strange that there's no...
Maybe it's just a giant shrimp.
It must be multiple. Royal entrees, it must be. Roasted lamb chop, you could choose.
Well, they don't really... Go ahead, sorry.
Yes. A slow braised beef, a grilled filet mignon, a crab-topped catch of the day, a marinated grilled chicken, or a pan-roasted cauliflower, which I'm assuming is like the plant-based
I would assume so
option
as well.
Okay, so lots of classic kind of dinner choices to choose
At
from
least if
here.
you're spending $80, you're getting hopefully a nice filet mignon, or
Yeah.
even this braised beef might be good. I only say that because of our amazing experience at Be Our Guest.
The braised beef does come with a caramelized onion jam, which is delicious, and which sounds delicious, and a
Hmm.
horseradish
Gremolata.
remoulade, which also sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And carrot puree. Who doesn't love carrot puree? Okay, so there are your options there, and then you also, of course, get to choose a finale. You can either get Jacques and Gus cheesecake, which is named after the mice, which is maybe they bring it out. No, I'm just kidding. The clock strikes 12, which is a chocolate ganache tart.
Adorable.
A floating
That
island.
sounds good.
That,
That's what I would get. The clock
that's
strikes 12.
yeah, it's got salted caramel and a coffee mousse, or
Hmm.
salted caramel coffee mousse. That's actually all one
One
thing.
thing.
That's
I
wild.
love ganache.
Mm. A floating island, which is raspberry meringue with tropical fruit coulis and a plant-based ganache. Yum. Or a berries mousse, which is blueberry ganache, chocolate biscuit, and seasonal berries. All of those sound delicious. I would get the cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Oh, you do love cheesecake. Plus, it's Jacques and Gus. You
Aww.
know that.
Gus Gus.
I hope they do some sort of art.
Ooh.
But anyway, we don't know. We
Even if
haven't
they
done it.
don't, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
So again, this is probably more like a special occasion meal. I know a lot of people do proposals here.
Budget busters. Budget
Yeah.
busters. This and Be Our Guest are our budget busters for this park, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. For value reasons, our number one is our number one.
Yeah, because they are such budget busters, it's great that there's an alternative.
Yes, this is one that Jake and I like to do on a semi-regular basis.
We've eaten here a lot, and I will continue to eat here
Yeah.
a lot. It's what it is.
Yeah.
You know? So our number one, let's say it together. Our number one is,
The
of
whole
course,
thing?
yeah, Jungle Navigation Co.
I don't know.
Skipper Canteen.
What does LTD mean?
I think limited. I think like a limited, limited liability corporation.
I never call it all these words. These are too many words for a title. I always just say Skipper Canteen.
Yep, we're talking about Skipper Canteen.
Or to clients, I'll say the Jungle Cruise themed restaurant.
Yep, and they'll know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a restaurant in Adventureland, and the dining here is more Asia and African inspired cuisine. Gets you some really interesting flavor combinations on the menu there, but there are some mainstays, there are like specifically we like to talk about the chicken as being like a kind of a safe option.
I like to talk about the cachapas.
Ooh, let's talk about them.
That's my favorite thing. I will get that every time I go. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is an appetizer, and it is house-made corn pancakes, beer braised pork, roasted corn, Fresno pepper, salsa, and avocado cream. And it's all stacked on like a little corn pancake, but there's a bunch of them, or there's 3 of them, or something like that. It's shareable.
Yep.
So it's like a little stack of all these things that I just named, and it is so flavorful and amazing. It's my favorite thing. I don't know why I ordered it the first time. Maybe the server suggested it. Maybe one of my family members wanted to try it. It's not like something I would have been like, oh, that sounds up my alley. But it is. It's my favorite.
Delicious.
And it's only $15.
Which is really good. A similar value to the $12 Falls Family Falafel.
Which is another favorite.
One of my favorites as well.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a secret recipe of chickpeas, garlic, onions, lemon juice, and herbs served with house-made edamame hummus and toasted pumpkin seeds. Now, the weird thing here, you would think would be that edamame hummus, because that sounds like a strange flavor combination of things. But that is the beauty of this restaurant, is that the pairings are all done with such a delicate hand and done so well with so much like culinary knowledge that the flavors never really clash. They come together to enhance the meal, which is what I love about things like edamame hummus paired with toasted pumpkin seeds and stuff. It's all so good.
I could go here and just do appetizers because those 2 things are my favorite things. And
you free? Let's do it.
Right?
I love it.
We do this. And I'll name something that Jake's not going to name because he doesn't love soups. But their Lost and Found soup, of course, it's seasonal, so I can't tell you what it's going to be when you go. But I swear every time I've gone, it's been a carrot soup that is don't know why I tried it the first time because that doesn't sound. It is so good.
I tried a bite of it and liked it, and
Yeah.
I don't like soup, so
Yeah.
it's really saying something.
And like I'm on Pinterest trying to find copycat recipes of this soup because it also feels healthy,
Mhm.
and it is just really good. If it's there when you go, I highly recommend it.
Now, part of the fun of this restaurant as well is that it is Jungle Cruise themed, and I'm sure you're familiar with the Jungle Cruise attraction, but
Everybody is.
it's all humor based, so the menu is also quite humorous.
Yeah.
In the titles and descriptions. So the Lost and Found soup is the chef's seasonal soup prepared with the freshest unclaimed cargo.
Yeah.
Please ask your skipper for today's selection. So hey, whatever ends up floating down the river, now it's in your soup.
Yeah, and you may or may not get jokes from your host and or server.
But
what do you feel
you
like?
do.
Yeah, we've gotten like 80% good jokey people. It's kind of a roll of the dice.
Just like the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, just like the Jungle Cruise.
Kind of a roll of the dice in terms of what you're getting.
So for entrees, you were going to mention the chicken.
Yes. So if you're maybe not so adventurous, don't you worry, because there's something on the menu called Tastes Like Chicken, because it is. It is a crispy fried chicken with chili soy glaze, jasmine rice, and a pickled vegetable slaw. That chili soy glaze does have a little bit of a kick, so if you're not so adventurous but don't mind a kick, it's the perfect menu item. But it could be perfect for you even if you are spice adverse, because you can always ask for the sauce on the side or just completely, six it from the whole situation.
Mm-hmm. We've tried a few other of these entrees, and you can talk about them if you want. But for me, I would just order the appetizers. Yes. I would, no joke, if nobody else in my party wanted to split something with me, I would just order the cachapas or the falafel as my entree. Yes. Or maybe that and soup as my entree, and that'd be that.
That would be wonderful. There are, from the entree menu, there are some good choices as well.
Standouts.
Yes, there are, well, just to give you an idea, there's a signature grilled steak for $38. That chicken meal I was talking about is $28. There's a curry vegetable soup for $23. A stew pork for $29. A sustainable fish meal for $32. Nile Nelly's noodle bowl for $32, which we enjoyed it. Yeah. It comes with a spicy tamarind sauce that really stood out to us, and toasted peanuts on the top, which made for fun texture.
Yeah.
But the other standout that I'm going to mention is Baba lamb chops, because I really enjoyed them when I ordered them, despite not necessarily being a lamb person.
I hate the name.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
But you'll eat at the Coral Reef right in front of all those fish, won't you? Spice rubbed lamb chops.
How dare you call me out like that?
Chermoa, cauliflower, potatoes, cipollini, onions, harissa sauce, garnished with preserved lemons and herbs.
And actually, no, I won't. The Coral Reef is the worst.
No, we did take a listen to our Epcot dining review to hear Morgan's real feelings about the Coral Reef restaurant. But let me tell you, my real feelings about these Baba lamb chops were that the meat was so tender and delicious that I was actually really impressed with the quality of the food that was coming to the table. Despite, lamb and I enjoy it in Greek cuisine a lot because of how it's prepared there, but I've run into some hit or miss lamb recipes beyond that, but I really thought this was flavorful and delicious. For me.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good.
I think I liked it too. I just hate the name. I don't need you to remind me of a cartoon little lamb when I'm ordering something to eat.
I'll take my fleece off.
Yeah.
Okay. There are also some desserts on the menu.
Yeah, we've tried the congalouche once.
Mostly for the name.
Yes, mostly for the name. And
it's homage to the Adventurers Club, which was a dining option that used to exist in downtown Disney.
Yes. Yeah. So good history.
Yeah.
It was good.
It sounds great too. It's an African-inspired chocolate cake with caramelized bananas with cashew caramel ice cream topped with coffee dust. That sounds great. But
it was good.
It was basically just a chocolate cake a la mode.
Yeah.
You didn't really get a full
it wasn't
sense of mind-blowing.
So since then, we're like, we'll go get Dole Whip.
Yeah. There's a lot of good dessert options around Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom has a lot of good sweets.
So if you want to keep us, you're really going to have to pull some extra weight in the dessert department.
Right, especially since it's $10?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. $9 and $9.50.
Right.
Honestly, overall though, the value here, in addition to incredible theming everywhere you look, the whole vibe of the restaurant is that there are artifacts from the travels of the Jungle Cruise skippers and Dr. Alberta Falls, all from throughout the, adventures that they take on the Jungle Cruises, and they're brought back here to be, to serve as decorations in the backdrop for your lovely meal expedition that you're having. So it's a really cool feast for the eyes as well as a feast for your mouth. And then there's always, we like to talk about on the way, if you ever have to use the bathroom, you get to walk through the library of the Skipper Canteen. It's a restaurant with a library, kind of fun. Take that, be our guest. But this one, instead of having, the beast's tomes, it's chock full of references to anything you can imagine.
Easter egg galore.
Yeah. Anything from...
Take a picture. You can't really stand there all day.
It's true.
Also,
all the pictures are online if you want to read all of the books individually. Yeah. I had to do that recently for a TikTok that we were doing. But there are references to anything from the Jungle Cruise itself to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which is like a Disney nerd thing about lore, to the history of Magic Kingdom itself, with shout-outs to defunct and current attractions in there.
Yeah. There's a 20,000 Leagues, right?
Yes, 20,000 Leagues, the Mike Fink keel boats, everything is in there. It's really like a cool little array of references for the eagle-eyed guest who cares about any of that stuff.
Yeah. If you're a Disney nerd, you're going to love this. I mean, like, I don't think anything's in there by accident.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
But even if you're not a Disney nerd, I think anyone can appreciate the eclectic ambiance with a bunch of really bright, colorful, eye-popping fixtures for you to enjoy as you're dining. I even love that there are separate rooms that have slightly different themes and different decorations all over the walls, including one room where there's like this beautiful display of like butterfly wings that is kind of scary, but is also kind of cool. There's just always something to look at, isn't there?
Yeah, bird chandelier that I want in my house.
I knew we would not get out of this episode without you mentioning this chandelier.
I just love it.
Would you post a picture of it on the Instagram?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to talk about this. So check out the Neverland Navigation Co. Neverland Navco Instagram to see some interior pictures of the Skipper Canteen.
Right. And if I haven't already, I'll post that gray stuff cupcake because it was really good.
Yeah. I think this is a solid number one.
Oh, yeah.
I think you guys should give Skipper Canteen a try.
Yeah.
This, it's like we are getting paid by them to do these. We are not... Dr. Alberta Falls has slid no money in our direction.
I was going to say, definitely not Disney, because we totally trashed on Crystal Palace. But you're right. Alberta Falls is not paying us, sending us money.
No, it's just we love it here.
We just love it.
We love it here. We would get a reservation for this anytime, and we hope you check it out and enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to check us out some more, then you can do that on our social media. You can find us online at Neverland Navco, just like I said, on Instagram, but also on TikTok. And on those sites, you can find anything from Disney trivia to shopping to dining to history. Anything you can imagine in the Disney Parks Magic Universe, you'll find it there on our Instagram account as well.
Yes. We also have the Etsy store. It's Neverland Navigation on Etsy. And like I said at the beginning, I'm a travel agent for free to you. If you want to talk about a trip that you're going to be taking or a trip that you've even booked in the last 30 days or less, I can take that over so you still get your free gift from the Etsy store. Email me at neverlandnavigationco at gmail.com or go to neverlandnavigation.co.
That's right. Who doesn't love a little free extra magic with your vacation planning?
There's no losing for you. You know what I mean?
Just like a trip to the Skipper Canteen.
And Disney, you don't mind Disney giving me some commission since I'm pushing Skipper Canteen on everybody.
It's only fair. All right. Well, hey, until the next time somebody slides us some money. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody's done that. Until the next time that we want to rank all of the table service restaurants at a park, which might be in a couple years, we might have to try some stuff out. Then we'll see you on our next adventure. Goodbye.
Bye.